because apparently shutting off the comments is the hip new fun thing to do that the kids today are doing. They're shutting off my comments, because it's not the system that's fucking with me. It's just some random douchebag in his basement just obsessed with me and mad because I think we should cut off Israel and kill pedophiles. And that random person is so mad at me that they cut off my ability to, or your ability to comment, and they fuck with my feed all the time. That makes so much more sense than it's actually the Israeli pedophile system that's mad at me for saying these things, and who also happens to be in charge of social media. Nah. Stupid guy, you stupid conspiracy theorist. You're so stupid. Hey, you know what? I'm not walking. People should be really happy because I'm sitting still. And isn't the problem the distraction most of the time that I'm not sitting still? When people want a way out, they'll find it. When they can't answer for something, and they get mad, they'll be like, meh, meh, your hair's too long, meh, your beard's too funny, meh. People will always find their way out. Instead of answering the questions or debunking the thing being said that they don't like. No, everybody report this guy. Everybody don't watch this guy. He's saying things I can't debunk. He's asking questions I'm not smart enough to answer or ask. So I ask, like, how do the comments shut off? How does that work? I'm stupid. I'm not computer savvy. So I really want to know what, how some random person could override YouTube, and please, anybody. Lopez. Kalida. Sorry, my name's Guy, so I'm allowed to make fun of anybody's name. When your name sucks, you can make fun of whoever's name you want to. But I everything about what I'm doing is like a prove whatever narrative you choose to be a part of, prove it. Isaac! Ew. Isaac, you're not a Jew, Isaac, are you? If you're a Jew, Isaac, eek. Sorry. I don't know if you didn't see the fine print, but no Jews. Yeah. Actually, no, I'd love to have some Jews come in here. I'd love to have the Jewish perspective on things. I think they're horrible, horrible people, but maybe I'm wrong. It's funny too, like people get so mad. People get so weird about it. If I'm wrong about the Jew thing, then please let me know. I'd love to know what part I'm getting wrong. If I'm wrong about Christianity, if I'm wrong about any of it, by all means, please tell me what I'm getting wrong. Because I from my research, from looking into everything the best I can, Like when I say I do research, look, I'm limited, right? I don't have access to the Library of Alexandria. I don't, I can't call the local submarine place and be like, hey, can I go on a fucking tour with you guys? You gonna take me underwater? Like, I'm limited and I'm poor. Having money, it lengthens your reach, so to speak. Like I'm sure I could do more, find more, whatever if I had money, but I'm poor. So I'm basically stuck researching things the best way I know how, the only way that us Goyim have access to. And I have access to the exact same narratives that you guys do. Everything I look up is something that any one of you can look up and prove or disprove whatever way you want to. And so I welcome it. I challenge you guys, whatever the word you want to look. I'd love to hear from people as to why they believe the way they believe about anything. I'm swell. How are you? Greetings from Uzbekistan. That's amazing. I think it's really interesting how a guy in Michigan going live would have his feed broadcast to Uzbekistan or the Philippines or any one of these other crazy places that my do instead of the United States. Isn't that a strange thing? Like, are you always being shown American feeds when you're in Uzbekistan? Is that how that works? I find this fascinating. No Americans, huh? Just the Uzbekistani guy. Interesting. I'm swell, Michael James. How are you? Yeah, I don't even know where Uzbekistan is, like off the top of my head. I know regionally where it is, I think. I wonder what's the temperature like in Uzbekistan? What's the average day like? What's the season like? Do you guys have nothing but Jews in charge of your government too? Does Uzbekistan have its own Hollywood? And do the Jews control that? I sure wish I could get these kinds of answers. See, this is, as far as research goes, this is the best I can do. The best I can do is learn what's available to me, then go live and try to talk about it and, get scrutinized. If I'm wrong, then the people will say so, and I have to learn some new shit, I guess. I don't know, man. I want to be the best me I can be. Is that how you guys do it? Elf! Ha! Is that how you guys live your life? Are you trying to be the best you can be? And I know everybody says, oh yeah, for sure. But is it true? Like, are you reading stuff all the time? Are you constantly trying to learn new things? Are you putting your own beliefs, boundaries, are you putting that on the line and allowing that to be questioned and scrutinized and, basically sharpening your tools? Are you doing that every day or weekly or whatever? Like, I think it's really interesting when you ask people, like, when was the last time, like, your foundational mind changed? Something that is like a big part of you, like, I don't know, your religious beliefs or your government beliefs or your historical beliefs or whatever. When was the last time something like that changed? I think when you really start thinking about it and looking into it, you're gonna find yourself like, wait a minute, I believe all the same shit I believed back when I was a kid. And I believe that stuff basically because my parents told me to believe it. I remember my mom telling me that we were leaving out of my grandmother's house. We were going through the garage. I remember it like clear as day. And I asked her what's the difference between a Republican and a Democrat. And she told me that Republicans want you to be able to keep all the money that you make. And Democrats want to give it all away to poor people and stuff. And that's what I thought it was. I mean, my mom, I had no reason to think my mom wouldn't be telling me the truth about something, so that's how I saw it. And it was years before I realized, like, yeah, she's a little goofy. Oh, Jesus Christ. My driver didn't even see that guy coming. That was a weird set of sirens. So is it that nobody's talking, or is everything shut down? Because for me to have 2 viewers is pretty insane. But if that's going to be the case, I'll actually take it. Like, be a nice vacation. I'll sit back in the car and let the driver take me around while I listen to whatever. MSNBC, what about it? Hi, Mr. I don't know what that says. Date Harrist. The terrorist? I don't know. Maybe you're Fox. What part? I need a lot of help. I just don't know where to start. What do you need a lot of help with? The most important element in all of this is that we learn how to deal with our dysfunction. Because it doesn't matter what truth we have if we're not prepared to handle it. It doesn't matter. And that's the most important thing, is that we get over the dysfunctional, bullshit holding everyone down, holding everyone back. So if you got some sort of shit going on, by all means, let it out. This is the best place to do it, because you're going to get an honest response from somebody who will do everything they can to try to help. And it's basically anonymous. Nobody watching me knows you. Has anyone ever been as far dedicated to want to go more look like what? You're hearing about St. Helens? Is it blown up again? Gavin Lux, the baseball player? That would be so cool. Because I have Gavin Lux cards. So if you're really Gavin Lux, that'd be pretty sweet. Is it really blowing up again? Here comes a whole bunch of Bible bullshit. That's for damn sure. Wow, that's fucking nuts. Different guy. Yeah, my sister lives in St. Helens, so it's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope she's okay. Wow, I really want to know. Like, let's go. Driver, put it on AM.
And that is something that is very critical. The Candela P12 ferry. It's the first electric hydrofoil ferry in the U.S., and I can tell you,
first half, we did scoring drive at the start, one here at the possibly at the end.
On the status of the Catholic Church in China right now.
Status of the Catholic Church in China right now. No, I have a driver, Goofus.
In your face.
Yeah, I have somebody driving me. They're my own personal driver, and they take me where I need and want to go.
At Lake Tahoe in California. So,
Idiot.
30 minutes from north to south shore, which it took 2 hours by car in winter.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, that shit scares me. I would never, like, as beautiful as it is there, I wouldn't want to live there. And that's the same thing, kind of, I guess, with Hawaii. I mean, aren't the people in Hawaii just fucked if something happens? For real, for real? Why are you in a driver's seat? I'm not. It's just your imagination. Let's focus on the task at hand here. Let's focus on the conversation at hand. What do yo do? What do yo do? What do y'all do? What do y'all do? Do you do anything? What do you do? I love it. What do? I kick ass. I take names. I'm a beast. I'm a dog. I'm a Mickey Thicky problem. I do give you guys free music. www.the-bilderberg, BILDERBERG-group.com. It's free. You hit download, it'll ask you how much you want to pay. You just say, nothing, I don't want to pay anything. $0. And it'll give it to you for free. Or, now get this. You could put in $10, $20, $30, $50, $178, $252. You can put in whatever you want. Works out. Oh, I love my family, blah, 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 blah. I am amazed by how many people are so attracted to me. It's fucking awesome. I am so happy that you guys are so attracted to me, because no matter what happens, some of the shit I say is sinking in. If you're watching me, that's why they don't want people watching me. Because you might think I'm crazy, or you might say this or that. But one of these days, something's going to happen, and you're going to be like, hey, wait a minute. The crazy fuck on YouTube was saying something about that. And you will, it'll spark that memory. It'll make you, like, realize, holy shit, like this is real. We can actually fix this. Oh, I never know. Yeah, I'm a LARPer. Yeah. Submarines are. Yeah, if you want to see the submarine conversation, go back. You go watch the other videos. I'm done talking about submarines for a while. It's just the name of the show. And I highly encourage you all to try to prove submarines are real for yourself. Learn about it. Do everything you can to be able to come here one day and make really good arguments for why submarines are real. Because with all the people that got mad at me for saying it, not one of them fucking made any reasonable points. Not a single one of them. It literally is all just a bunch of stupid crybabies mad because somebody's asking questions they're not smart enough to answer or ask. People are already buying Christmas trees? Jesus Christ. What do you want, a fucking whole bunch of needles on your floor by Christmas? I've been on too. Yeah, I bet you do. He's been on them and he owns them. Yep. Can't answer for any of it. Half people are dumb. But see, that the problem is the submarine conversation is a distraction. Because if we're not talking about Israel and the Jews and how they control the world, then that's all they care about, is that we're not talking about them. They don't care what fucking conspiracy we're distracted by. They provide most of them. Yeah, then I buy submarine. Yeah, I'm sure I can. We're so stupid. Do you think if people could literally buy nuclear submarines that can do all sorts of underwater travel, that wouldn't be like a national security risk? We can barely fly outside of the water. What makes you think we can fly inside of it? But like I say, I mean, again, it's hard to not address stupidity when it's thrown my way. But I'm so much more concerned with the Jews and their genocide. And it's interesting to me that you're not. Like submarines, the legitimacy of submarines is more important, more interesting, more everything to you than the idea that the Israeli Jews are committing genocide. They're genociding an entire population. And they're just going to move on to the next one after this. Like, I can't wrap my head around that. I'm not that selfish. I did spend 9 days talking about it, and I told you during the time, like, I kept wanting to get done with the expose, if you will. I kept wanting to be done with it so I could start talking back about Israel, because I felt like I was being distracted. I was causing distraction, even worse. Instead of encouraging people to to expose this hellish nightmare, I was providing a distraction. And I didn't like that. Otter has theirs there. It's easy to push up. Yep, gotcha. Yep. That's why there's so many videos of submarines swimming around, flying around underwater. I mean, it's just stupid. I just can't even. There are nine videos. Each of them is over 2 hours long. If you really think you can debunk what I'm saying, go to one of those videos and do your very best. I don't think you can, but what do I know? I'm just a crazy guy who reads a lot more than you do. And then at the same time, I question what I'm reading, because you have to wonder why you have access to whatever information you do have. But there's some people that will think about that, and there's some that won't. You know, there are people that will, you know, like I question why First Amendment auditors are allowed to be so prominent on YouTube. If the system really doesn't want First Amendment auditors doing their thing, why don't they just shut YouTube down? At least that part of YouTube. And the reality is, the First Amendment auditors are creating a division between the police authority and the people. And that's what they like. One, it creates that long-term division. But two, it inspires so many people, because some of these guys like Direct D is so good at what he does. Direct D makes it seem like it's super easy to do what they do. And because of that, you think you can do it. You don't understand. Direct D has the confidence he has because he's so fucking smart. Because he's put in the time, the effort, the energy to learn all of the ins and outs so that when the dumb cops start talking shit, he knows exactly what to say. And that's the same thing with me and you guys, right? I've put in the effort. I've put in the work to be able to answer for any of the shit thrown at me. Which is why nothing ever really does except for pointless nonsense about, well, I would comment, but, or some other dumb nonsense that's supposed to hurt my feelings or something. But if you could debunk what's being said, you would. That's why you're talking. You want the attention. So if you could do a better job, you would. But you have to ask yourself these questions, man. These First Amendment auditors, they're creating this just a ton of revenue, actually, because there are so many people that will do the First Amendment auditor thing, but they're not confident, so they just crumble right away, and the police are able to rack up all sorts of extra charges on them because they don't know what they're doing. Direct D made it look easy. Or any of them. There's a lot of those guys out there. That's why YouTube lets it happen. It doesn't inspire us to unify and work together to change this system. It inspires a small group of us to stand up in ways we wouldn't individually, which is, we're weak. Together we're very strong, but individually a lot of us, not everybody is a leader. Most people are followers, and that's totally okay. As long as you're following the truth and you're following somebody that inspires you and makes you feel better, not somebody that says a couple of things that you like and then a whole bunch of shit you don't, but because they're the only ones saying the things you like, you listen. That's not inspiration. That's not the person you follow. The person you follow is the person that challenges you, makes you want to best them, makes you want to give them your best. And when that's not enough, you go, you know what? This guy has it. This female has it, whatever. But being a follower is a good thing in the right circumstances. Not everybody is capable of being out here fighting that fight. And YouTube shows you that so that, you fuck up. Same thing with those pedophile hunters. I often wonder why they do that. What is that? It's not like you see one of those pedophile hunter videos. If you're walking down the street and one of those people that's featured on one of those videos happens to walk by you, you're not going to recognize them. You might be like, where the fuck do I know that guy? And by the time you realize who it is, it'll be too late. So you're not going to do anything to that person. So why does YouTube let that shit happen? I don't know. I think it's to show us repeatedly that nothing happens to these guys. That we're surrounded by these guys and that the cops, the system, is basically on their side, not ours. YouTube is quick to shut shit down. I don't know. I'm surprised they let me have the views I have. You guys should be sharing, and subbing if you're here. But this whole system is so fucked up, I don't get it. I really don't understand why we as a people, why we the Goyim, if you ever notice, Jews are always Jews. They refer to themselves as Jewish Americans and shit like that. Doesn't matter what color they are, doesn't matter what they look like. If they're Jewish, they're Jews. With us, we use every little thing we can to separate ourselves from our neighbors, from our brothers and sisters. You know, oh, you believe in this sky daddy? Well, I believe in that sky daddy. Oh, you believe in this sky daddy? Well, I believe in this sky daddy too. But I believe in this sky daddy in purple. You believe it's blue. So we're going to have to fight about this. They gave us two choices to pick who the boss is. You picked that one? Oh, well, I picked this one. So we're going to have to fight. It's really crazy, man. It's really, really just crazy to think like how well the system works at keeping us fighting. They have men and women literally fighting each other. Like, it's more of a women thing than it is men. Like, men don't have any delusions about it. Men aren't sitting there like, you know, wishing they could compete with women and do women's sports and all that other shit. Women are the ones that think that they're anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. You're the ones that have been tricked into thinking you compete with us on a physical level. You don't. Yeah, every once in a while, or you know, whatever. There are enigmas, there are anomalies, there are certain people, certain women that train really, really hard and they get really, really good at something. Yeah, those women can beat average people. Those women can't beat professional people in the same thing. Like, professional women's soccer players aren't beating professional men's soccer players. It's not happening. Professional women's soccer players are losing to like high school boy soccer players. The high school boys team. Shit happens all the time. But they have 51% of the people fighting with 49% of the people about, you know, about equality, when really you guys don't want equality. Women don't want equality. Equality isn't all positive, and women seem to think equality is all positive. When you're a man, if you don't do the job as good as somebody who wants your job, like, you know, somebody else in the same position, whatever. If somebody else can do your job better than you can and you're a man, you get fired. You don't get to keep going because you're good enough. That's good for a guy. Women love that's good enough. That's good for a girl. She does a good job for a girl. And I don't think this has to do with anything mentally. Although I can't actually say that, because I really do think like it's a joke to pretend like women's periods don't affect them mentally. Right? Like, I just, the last thing I want to do is get pulled over by a female cop on her period. The last thing I want to do is be in court with a female judge on her period, or going through menopause and shit. The last thing I want is a female doctor who's on her period or going through menopause working on me. I'm sorry. That's a hindrance. And it's a hindrance I totally understand. Like, I totally get it. You're getting a rush of extra hormones. You got a soggy, nasty crotch. You got fucking all sorts of cramps and shit like that. I totally get it. You have every right in the world to be, you know, compromised, to not be at your best, to be a little bit meaner, to be a little bit, you know, less rational, more irrational than you normally would. I totally understand it. And I give you full respect and you know, and sympathy. That being said, you see, equality is you can't have that sympathy and then expect to be treated like it doesn't make a difference when you want it to not make a difference. See how that works? I done tricked you all into falling for it right there. I got all of you being like, hey, he's right. You know, he's right. And we should have some consideration. Having our periods is horrible. That guy, he actually cares. I actually hear what he's saying. But then as soon as I flip and go, okay, well, if that's the case, then the reasoning that I don't want, I don't want you to be in a position of power over me when you're on that same period, that applies just the same, doesn't it? Doesn't it? You can't have it both ways. And I know how much you women love having it both ways. But that's the thing. You try to talk like this rationally with any woman, and they're gonna get mad. I've never been able to have this conversation with a woman and her not get mad, and her not take it personally and act like I'm attacking her or some shit. You tell me what I'm getting wrong here. What is the miss? Are you telling me that your period does not affect you? If your period does not affect you, then it never gets to be an excuse. You never get to be like, I'm sorry, I was so mad at you, or I'm sorry I was so out of line, or I'm sorry I was having my period that day, had really bad cramps and yada yada. You don't get that anymore. You don't get to get out of work. You don't get any sort of special treatment for having your period anymore. If it can't be held against you, then you can't use it. This idiot, this Solomon idiot can't even talk about what's being said. He's apparently talking to other dumb trolls who are looking for other reasons to blah blah. Like, seriously, how stupid do you have to be to respond like this idiot is? It's so, I don't know, it's so weird. I feel like I have this code, I feel like I'm playing this game and I have these cheat codes, and it's all so fucking obvious. Oh shit, I missed my turn. It's so obvious what's happening, and instead I have to deal with these goddamn clowns who fucking can't even comment on what's actually being said here. It's just wild, man. It's all just so fucking wild. I don't know, man. The periods thing is strange. It's a strange thing. I believe myself to be extremely sympathetic. I get it, man. I know that shit's rough. But see, again, it's one of these things where like so many women are so upset right now over these law changes. And I believe, I am too. I think it's fucking nuts. But these same women always get mad at me whenever I say, hey, that's your vagina. You need to be responsible for it. It's not the man's fault if you get pregnant. How dare you be out there sleeping around when you can get pregnant? As a dude, I can get you pregnant anytime I have sex with you, as long as you are at the right time of month. And most women know like that shit. They have that shit on clockwork. They know exactly when their period is going to start. It happens the same way every month. Not all women, but most women. And even then, like a couple days beforehand, you start tasting metal. Like, the signs. The symptoms. And women should be telling young girls all these things so that they know, so that they're not out there stupidly having sex in that tiny, small window in which they can get pregnant. It's a small, small window that you can get pregnant each month. If you're having unprotected sex, especially with strangers, during that tiny, tiny window, that is your fault, you dumbass. Are you out of your fucking mind? That is 100% your fault. You need to be more responsible for your own fucking vagina. You know that guys can get you pregnant any fucking time. We don't have a cycle. We don't have a small window. It's all your fault. How dare you not be able to, hold off on your urges to get some dick? That you can't just be like, hey, guy I'm with, why don't I give you a little blowjob here, and then the next time we fool around, I should be done with the period. I might lose you guys for a minute here. Just like it's just crazy. It's crazy women power. Like you should be proud of yourselves, and you should be woman and all that stuff. I'm all for that. I'm all for women's rights. I'm all for equality. But that comes with a lot of responsibility and accountability that women don't seem to want. And you don't get both. I know you're cute and you're used to your pussy getting you whatever you want in this world, your tits getting you whatever you want in this world, but you need to stop taking advantage of that if you want things to be different. If you want to stop being seen as objects, stop taking advantage of the fact that we're suckers for titties. I love feminism. It depends. Feminists are different. I mean, to me, it's fucking stupid. There shouldn't be a fight for equal rights. There shouldn't be an equal rights fight for gays. There shouldn't be an equal rights fight for skin color. There shouldn't be an equal rights fight for sex, whatever. Like, it's all stupid. I can't imagine why I would deny anybody the same rights. But at the same time, the last thing I want to see when I'm in a house fire or some shit is some little 5'6" female who passed the test because they changed the test and she can't carry my ass out the house. Like, I don't want you to pass the fireman test because they made the fireman test easier so you could pass it. Or the cop test. I don't think females should be patrol officers. I have to be honest with you. I think females as patrol officers puts us all in danger. If I'm a bad guy, I'm a 2-strike felon, whatever, and I got some shit in the car and I know I'm going to go to prison forever if I get busted again. If I get pulled over and it's a female cop, I am 1,000,000 times more likely to try to fight the female cop and get away than I am the male cop. The big, strong dude who looks like he's in good shape and could outrun me and would smash me. I'm not interested in that ass whooping. But you want to show me one of these fat little female cops? I can't tell you how many fat little female cops I've seen on YouTube videos and shit. And it's like, all the guy has to do is break away and start running. That fat woman's not catching anybody. It doesn't seem like there's a fitness test that police officers have to pass to be cops. Because I see fat dudes all the time as well, but they're at least really strong. A fat female, what is she going to do? Literally, I can't tell you how many times I've seen videos where the female, she runs in and she's like there to put the handcuffs on the guy or whatever. She's not doing anything that fucking matters. And let's say somebody realizes it's a female and breaks free and goes and runs off. Well, now we're all in danger. Because that person saw an opportunity and got away from the female who, you know, either got blasted in the face or, you know, just couldn't keep up. And now everybody's in danger. Because that guy's now this guy who wouldn't have been that way. Or at least is less likely to have been that way if it was a fucking dude. Oh my God, I can't believe how stupid. Like I'm just glancing at the comments, but god damn, these guys are stupid. This one guy especially, this Solomon doofus. What a fucking dumbass. Just admit you're not good at this. Admit I'm smarter than you and that you're not on my level, dude. It's okay. It's okay for you to be beneath somebody. You clearly are, and it's okay, dude. Yeah, you suck. It's okay. Just, you know, just don't continue to be such a doofus. A high school cheerleader, yeah. A high school cheerleader, yep. Okay. Oh my God. But see, again, I'm talking about equality. You know, if there's a number of females that has to be on the force, and they're passing, like, I think females should be able to be detectives and shit like that. Hell yeah. I think anytime where the brain is used, anything that's involved, I just don't think they should be allowed to be patrol officers. I think patrol officers put us all in danger. And it's weird because it's just like with WWE, right? I figured this out. So when it comes to WWE, a guy like Brock Lesnar, a huge, scary monster, is exactly what we want to see. You know, we want to see these big, huge men that can do things we could never imagine doing. They're just huge houses and they have this insane athletic ability and all this other shit. We love it. There's not a female equivalent to Brock Lesnar. So what you get with the females is you get these big fat women like Nia Jax, who nobody wants to look at. She's unattractive. And she's not like overtly, hugely Brock Lesnar-like strong. She's just this big fat chick. What we want to see is our small little Alexa Blisses. You know, our hot little chicks. But when you want to see that, then they're not believable. Because little hot chicks, very, very rarely are they actually believably tough. And then you get stupid shit where like the WWE has Ronda Rousey beating up a bunch of male security guards. That is so... that shit makes me so mad. That shit makes me so fucking mad. Yes, Ronda Rousey would beat up some regular guy like me. Maybe. You know, like, at my age, yes. Maybe. But Ronda Rousey's not beating up security guards in really good shape. And the notion that females can compete with males on that level, a lot of little girls that are watching this and thinking that they can, if they do enough push-ups and sit-ups, that they're going to be able to beat up a man. And they're going to put themselves in a situation where they think they're tough and they're going to get their shit beat in. And that's unacceptable. You know, you start putting your hands on a man, you're asking for it. You know, you think you're equal in that department, well, you get what comes to you. And it's you know, those girls that are growing up watching Ronda Rousey take out a whole group of men with her stupid fucking terrible technique punches and, you know, all that. It's dangerous. It's not only stupid, it's fucking dangerous. And I can't stand that shit. That shit makes me so much more angry than people realize. And I don't understand why it doesn't bother anybody else. Like, if it was the other way around, if there was a dude and a bunch of female security guards came down to apprehend him and he started just beating their fucking faces in and throwing them around and shit, it'd be nothing but crybaby women everywhere complaining about, oh, that's unacceptable, we shouldn't show that. But let it be a chick doing it to dudes and everybody's like, oh, that is so progressive. That is just so awesome. Look at Ronda fucking Rousey. Oh, I can't stand her. She sucks so much. Her attitude is terrible. Like, she's just a horrible, horrible fucking bitch. I can't stand Ronda Rousey. Not just the character she plays, but like the person that gets interviewed and you know, is just super crybaby and I can't stand it.
You don't have a bill. Yeah. You don't have a bill. Is there like any other name for it? Bill.
Pick up for Guy or Angela.
Guy or Angela. What was the other name?
Angela.
We had the 8 half now?
Yeah.
Alright. 3240?
We got one done for like Katie and Melissa.
It's a lot of she's a popular and Jody.
You guys are busy, huh?
Yeah.
And every time you get busy, your shit shuts down.
Yeah. You took the 73 kid?
Well done.
Yeah.
They didn't make my pizza. What a surprise.
73. It's coming through, but I don't know. What?
So what's this word?
Nate took them. I don't know. I can't help. I have no idea.
The guy with the beard is my order.
What?
The guy with the beard is the one that took my order.
Yeah. I know it's coming through. It's at the front of the line.
Cool, man. No big deal. Don't worry about it. Help these people.
He said it's about 10 minutes. You haven't even made it yet.
No.
I had an order for Alyssa.
Yeah, I mean, they're just starting to make it right now.
Look at the things they say. Just don't.
What kind of car is it?
I'm not in line. You go ahead. Yep.
You're not in line?
In a way, but right.
He's gonna ask you a question on there. You're gonna have to answer the question and then you're gonna leave your card at the back.
God, I feel bad for these guys. Been there. It sucks. It sucks. You suddenly get hit. Everybody's all high because they were out back. Now they gotta get to work.
And then have some ranch too.
Wild.
Oh yeah, I have the receipt.
I don't think it's.
Oh, if it's on there.
Yeah, it's right here. And then you said one that red with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Just a small one or a bottom? A small one, bottom.
Is it extra for ranch?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want it.
No, okay. All right, just, no, go. You can have your.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Do you need a hand?
I got it.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, come around.
It's for Jamie. Yep.
You had the half and half run?
These dumb comments. Just love it.
2012?
Not a single intelligent thing to say.
It's a mirror fix for us.
Pick it up. One second.
Pretty smart to have a digital menu. If anything changes, you can just adjust.
Got a few questions? Into that.
Whenever I worked at a pizza place, I only delivered. I hated everything else. Everything else was way too stressful. Riding around smoking
I
pot,
think
listening to music, delivering pies was much, much easier. Pizzas. It was fun.
I'll be your receipt.
If I could do it now, I would. All that driving just killed me. The driving all the kidding.
Did you have a rental car or anything?
See where you can pizza sauce. This is
The small ones?
Yep. Oh, yeah, perfect. Sounds good. Can we get a bag for the ranch? Thank you. Cool. Have a good day. Thanks. Hi. When's the order to pick up from Melissa? Yeah.
You have a helper.
Yeah, yes, she is a built-in helper.
There you go.
Have a good day.
You too. Crazy. Just crazy. It was so much different back then. You didn't know where to go. You had to look it up. And then write down the directions. If you didn't remember how to get down. It was pretty funny to think about it. Like nowadays, you just put the address on your phone and you're good to go.
Here, can you take the receipt? I'm gonna ask you your numbers later. Here.
Can I just get butter, garlic, dipping sauces, and pizza sauce?
Yeah.
Do you see his face? He thought you were about to order 5 pizzas. He was like,
Yeah, 5 of those and a pizza sauce.
that was awesome.
Alright. Total's gonna be $5.04. 20.
I'm gonna put free pizza. I went out of that. See, I can't read it anymore. It's blurry for me. How much money they save not printing out menus and shit like they used to. That was so funny. I was like, can I get I saw the whole thing play in his face. It's amazing. We're not mine. It's a party. We're not mine. You,
Oh, no worries.
yeah, up in his grill.
Take your time and hurry up.
Yeah. Make sure it's good. Last thing we want is spit pizza. Going back to his
What's that name? Thanks, man.
You're behind him.
What?
We're good.
Yeah, okay.
What was the name for your order?
Angela.
Angela? Like for the different sauce? Different sauce, right? Okay. Well, we got part of it.
Well, my wife called it in, so yeah. Should have been done. We avoid this like the plague. At least we thought we did.
David?
Huh?
Melissa? David?
Just check in a second.
Okay.
Everybody's on the each of the legs. Yes. I walked up and I didn't think I was getting anywhere.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
They were giving it away, huh? It seems so.
I feel bad for these guys, but I don't. It's their fault.
David?
Oh, okay.
75 cars. 62 for 42. What car is it? Just gonna ask you a question, and then you're gonna have to talk about your car.
Talking is fucking stupid. You like the remote control car? Talking is a remote control car. Was a remote control car.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna grab that. $3 and 49 cents. Is the pizza ready? And then your pizza is gonna be 5 minutes.
Yeah, right.
How many order for Jenny?
Right.
Or can you check for 70? For 70? Yeah. How long are really don't have to die. It's coming out right now. Heather? Yes.
That's my pizza.
Did you guys online?
Yeah, Phelps? Or, there you go. I'm going.
There you go.
Yeah. 500.
No, that wasn't with me. He told you 5 minutes. Oh boy. Yeah, no.
Sitting in there, and never told us.
Right. Oh yeah.
And I got one for Jenny. And let me grab the ring. Let me grab the ring.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's after me.
Do you want the register or owner in the back?
That's good. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You too. You're gonna have to confirm the question. Like me.
DoorDash? You're about to go on.
It's gonna be about a minute from now.
Okay.
I should help whoever's next.
I'll pick up for Ebony.
What was it?
Ebony.
Like barbecue sauce? Card? What kind of card is it? We're gonna ask you a question, we're gonna ask you a question, we're gonna ask you a question.
Right. These guys are working their asses off. Oh, that's
Okay, hold on, just a second. So,
not 5 minutes.
the people who have been waiting here, so you. I want to get your PC as you get out of here.
That'd be great.
So, what was the name on yours?
Angela.
Angela. Yeah.
Oh, that's not a good look.
Okay.
So what's the cheers? What are we doing?
5.
Nope. It's not going to be 5 minutes. Are they just starting it now?
I have no idea. I think I'm 4th.
So is there like a manager or somebody that can maybe give me a refund? Because this is kind of ridiculous.
I don't know.
So can you get the manager?
He's back there making all the right now.
All right, well, I need somebody to make a note of this because I'm going to have my wife call and this is
Heather?
unacceptable, man.
You got David back there?
Give me a sec, let me grab the wrench.
Sir, on the phone. What was the name of yours?
Dan.
Dan?
D-A-N.
And what's the name that you said?
David?
David?
No, that's for her.
Dan, you got David.
Right.
Is this the corner civic stick?
Yeah. That's all yours, man.
Okay, alright.
That's the way. And I think.
Thanks. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good
It's
night.
probably like a minute coming out right now.
I'm sorry to wait. I'm sorry to wait.
Oh, 5 minutes. I feel bad for those guys. I do. But that's their chosen field and they need to be better at it. Nobody made them make pizzas. They chose to. So I saw something about Stephen Hawking and I think that's such a joke. People in there, Stephen Hawking. That guy's a remote control car. Right? That guy, he was Like, where are all the Stephen Hawking wheelchairs? Why aren't there Stephen Hawking wheelchairs all over the fucking place with all sorts of really, really fucked up handicapped people able to communicate and travel and do all that amazing stuff that Hawking was able to do? Why isn't, I mean, that wheelchair tech has to be old school by now. He'd been jetting around for quite some time by just the blinks of his eyes and shit. So why isn't that commonplace tech? And really, like, what a better way to do it than that? Like, so what you have people believing is that the smartest guy in the fucking world, almost the smartest guy ever, he can't actually talk. He can't actually move. You don't actually know it's him. It's just this remote control car creature that's just sitting there, and you got to pretend like you're actually having a conversation with the guy. They could literally have that remote control car say anything, anyway, like, and you'd fall for it. And that's what they did, because they had, you know, such a handicapped individual that people would feel bad about confronting or calling out. You know, they have this guy, this poor fucking guy who's just stuck in this chair. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He's just fucking there. And they just have him saying stupid shit like string theory. How long are you going to be pushing this string theory shit where you can't prove it and it's still a thing? It's the dumbest nonsense. It's all just dumb nonsense. But it's just like the theory of gravity, or the theory of fucking how the earth was formed, and the theory of this, and it's all just bullshit, man. They're all just bullshitting us, trying to keep us stupid, basically. They just like it that we're stupid, and they keep it that way. Oh yeah. Yeah, after the flood, what's his name? Noah and his wife and their daughters and their husbands, they all just started having sex. And every once in a while, they would pop out 2 different color babies. One time it'd be a black boy and a black girl, and then they'd be like, okay, off to Africa, and they'd send it on a little boat off to Africa so it could repopulate Africa. And then they made a little brown one, and a little brown girl, a little brown boy, and then they sent them off to the Americas they didn't know existed, so they could populate the Americas with a bunch of Native Americans. And then they made some fat little Chinese-looking ones that they sent up to be Eskimos. Oh, now you get to be Eskimos. And of course, the lions, well, the lions just, they swam on down, made their way all the way back to Pride Rock, and they just sat there, and they ate the manna that was just provided to them for multiple generations while they were able to produce babies without actually being able to, like, you know, manna gave them all the motherly shit they needed to be able to produce milk and all that. They never lost their hunting abilities, nothing like that. For generations while the antelope repopulated and whatever, the gazelles and whatever other bullshit on the African plain had to repopulate so that the lions would eventually have something to eat. I mean, the Noah's Ark story is stupid as fuck, no doubt, but nobody ever talks about the aftermath. What happened after? How did we get black people? I actually had a black Jehovah's Witness so desperate to be able to prove his point that he said, well, you know what happens when brothers and sisters have sex, right? And I was like, dude, are you trying to say that you think black people are the result of an Arabic brother and sister having sex and producing black babies? A mutated black offspring? Is that what you're saying, where your people came from? And he was like, well, he couldn't get himself to actually, like, say it. But, man, religious people are just so stupid. You have to be. You literally have to be a fucking grade A jackass to believe in God, to believe in religion, any of it. Especially if you're a Christian. To believe that the bad guys in the Bible, the Jews, are your Christian God, chosen people. And the Jews are the people that really do look down on you. Like, the Jews think Christians are just dumb as fuck. And they believe your Jesus is fake, and Mary is boiling in a cauldron of semen in hell for all of eternity, and all this other crazy, stupid nonsense. And you believe those people are your God's chosen people. Like, come on, it's all just so stupid. How does anybody believe any of that shit? It's fucking bullshit. It's all just absolute bullshit. I can't believe why you would want to believe in such silly nonsense. Well, if I just follow the rules while I'm down on earth, if I listen to the Jews, then when I die, oh yeah, after I die, then I get to go to heaven. Once I die, then everything gets good. Prior to that, oh yeah, I gotta suffer through the Jew-controlled life, the wars, the vaccines, the pestilence, all that shit, the suffering, the raising of the rents, and the inflations, and all. I got to deal with all that. But when I die, oh boy, that's going to be a lot of fun there. Anyway, appreciate everybody for sticking with me on the ride. It was a long one. You pedophiles, kill yourself. Don't forget to get your free download, www.bilderberg.group.com. The link will be in the description, as well as a link to the Facebook page to a video called Putin Work. So, fucking pedophiles, kill yourself.